Hi everybody, welcome to Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This is on the PlayStation 4 and this is the open beta. It's the 26th of September 2019. It's a fresh beta, it's a fresh start for Breakpoint and a fresh opportunity. So without further ado, let's see if it will connect. So they had some connection problems early on, which was quite good for me because I was doing there was a PUBG update as well which I had to do. Right, here we go, we're loading in. I think we start completely from scratch. So, you may have seen my previous video about the improvements they've put into the open beta over the closed beta from a few weeks ago, revolving around the responsiveness of your character, so it will feel better when you're running around. The AI is now going to be better. The mission structure with side missions and faction missions and all that stuff, it's going to be more obvious what you've got to do, which sounds great. There's going to be more helicopters around the map. The map is going to have lots of question marks and things around so you know where to explore rather than just wandering around willy-nilly. It sounds like they've really listened to the feedback from the closed beta and have applied that to the open beta. So I'm going to do a series of playthrough videos, probably with a review video at the end and a kind of should you buy video, you know, probably in a few days time when the beta finishes after the weekend. This is free to download right now on PlayStation, Xbox or PC I guess as well. Download it, give it a go. If you were a fan of Wildlands like I was, then it could well be that Breakpoint is now closer to where Wildlands was than it was a few weeks ago.
Welcome
Here we go.
to Aurora, the incubator of World 2.0. My name's Jay Skell, and we've been expecting you. You've been invited here to innovate, to invent, and to create. But we're also asking you to do the most important thing with your lives that you can do. Here, away from the rest of the world, we will build the tools to lead the planet into the future. A completely sustainable economy, a blossoming environment, safe homes, security for your family, and a community where innovation is celebrated. The generations that come after us may forget all about us, but they will thrive because of the work we do here. Thank you for joining Scalespeeder in Aurora. Together, we are building tomorrow.
And then things went very, very wrong. The USSC has mysteriously sunk near the Aurora archipelago, home of Skeltech. Unable to establish contact with Aurora, the CIA has launched Operation Greenstone. As the leader of a special ops team of 32 ghosts, your objective is to restore communications. Operation Greenstone, Aurora Archipelago, Pacific Ocean. Alright, we get to pick our character now, don't we? This looks the same. No. How do I change it? Randomize. Oh yeah. Oh, I'd forgotten about this. Randomize. Nope. Nope. Can I customize this now? Just get rid of that scar. Right, I won't say anything actually. Face. Is that hair, is it? Should we have a beard? Right. There we go. Spec Ops beard. No, we won't have any. We'll be clean shaven. What's this? Facial details, no scar. No, thank you. I don't want any scar. None. Okay. So we can't get rid of the scar. Yeah, I'd forgotten about it. They use like a mouse control on your left stick on PlayStation and the Xbox rather than just clicking around with the D-pad. Uh-oh. Mayday, mayday, going down, going down. Oof. Dear.
God damn it.
Right, what have we got? A gun? Yes. That's all we need. Give me. It's right by it, mate. There you are. Pick up the gun. So the big opportunity that's out there for Ghost Recon Wildlands is the announcement last night of a chunk of Call of Duty Modern Warfare's special ops content, survival in Spec Ops, which is the Horde mode in that game. It kind of replacing Zombie, is going to be exclusive to PlayStation for 1 year, and this has got the community up. Oh, it's remembered my settings, I think. Heal L and injury L1. So maybe people who were thinking about spending their money on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, they may well be looking at another game, a big game for the autumn and winter, and that could be Ghost Recon Ghost Recon Breakpoint, especially if they've sorted out some of these movement problems. See if I can remember the controls. Right, we have a combat role. It was the sprint that was a bit odd before. Yeah, he still seems to take very short strides, doesn't he? He's like, it's like he's stamping into the ground. Great looking game. So what I'll do is I'll split these gameplay videos up into sections. This one's probably going to be about half an hour long, I would imagine. Right, okay, so we've got a syringe. Press R3 to open the item wheel, or R1, and R to select an item to equip. Right, cool. So we've now got that, or we can equip bandages. Right, so we can swap. You have infinite bandages. Let's have a good look round. So the island of Aroa, previously a technological paradise for people building the drones of the future, has been taken over by these mercenaries.
Hey, someone told me they test something new out here. Yeah, Whoa. We got a
And these mercenaries that have taken over Aroa are ex ghosts. I still think they could probably do with the cameras. Right, so we've got another couple of guys over here.
Was anyone even in there? If there was, they ain't anymore.
One more of these guys.
Shooting feels solid, you know. Because the other threat to Call of Duty is the fact that it's not like there aren't some good multiplayer games out there. You know, I was thinking about it today. You know, as a PlayStation player, I'm not losing anything by this exclusive that Sony have sorted out with Activision, until you take into account the fact that it's going to piss off all these Xbox players who might not buy the game, which means there's going to be less people playing Call of Duty, which means the queue times are going to be longer, the ping is going to be worse, and generally the experience won't be as good as it should be. You know, and I've got PUBG to play. You know, I don't mind playing PUBG. Right, what have we got here? Ooh, submachine gun. So we want to our loadout. Here we go. Oh god, it is a terrible UI still. Right, so I then. So how do I select my? Right. It's a bad idea to use the left sticks as a mouse. Come on, Ubisoft, just put it on the
Shit. My soldiers.
Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still some things that are really wrong about this game. One of the main ones being that the main baddies in this game, as I say, are the ghosts and the wolves, and they're very overpowered. So you know, if they come after you, you know, you're in real trouble. But the only way that they come after you that I'm aware of is when one of their big nasty drones sees you, one of the flyover drones, they come in. But you can attack all these checkpoints and bases, and they don't turn up for then. they're like, nah, can't be anything important. So that is a bit odd, because I always felt that oh hello, oh dear, whoa, see this, they've still got this problem where you stop running, and he still keeps running for too long, too much momentum. I always felt that the story in Ghost Recon Wildlands, although a bit, you know, a bit over the top, it was still a case of, you could imagine CIA operatives in Bolivia assassinating drug lords, couldn't you? Where this is not, it's not as believable. You know, if anything, I felt what they could have done with Ghost Recon Breakpoint is go back in time. You know, go back to the 80s, go back to the 60s, have the origins of the Ghost in Vietnam or Southeast Asia, or operating, you know, in Russia, something like that. Take out the drones. Okay, so there's some sort of chest over here. Big change from Wildlands is the way that we've got RPG elements in Breakpoint, so you get better weapons. Okay, so Right. Got a field cap on. All right. We have that with us. Oh, a nomad cap. Yes, that's from Wildlands. Very good. Yeah, so, for example, the gun I've got now, if we look at the Tavor is at level 7 gun. And so you can get more powerful ones as you go on. Now, this guy's got some Scale credits, which is the currency used to buy things. You see, when I finished playing the closed beta a week or so ago, I kind of missed playing it afterwards. You know, it was like, oh yeah, I missed this. But you know, when you come back into it, you think, yeah, the developers are really good, and I don't know how much of this is the fault of developers or it's the publishers who are putting pressure on them. But with Ubisoft, I guess that's the same thing. It's like 2 steps forwards, 1 step back, or 2 steps back, 1 step forward all the time, isn't it? It really is. Okay. We won't go exploring over there. Let's just take our time. Because I'm always on the fence about whether we are summoning the devil. On the fence about whether I'd be better off going with Breakpoint or Division 2. Okay, so we've now got this heavy gunner vest, which is better than the one I've got on, I guess. Oh, that didn't work. Customize. So that's the one I want. How do I put that on then? Right, presumably that's what I've got on. Okay.
This is some macabre shit, man. I've never seen so much death. I mean, we killed all those guys. Don't count these guys out. If any of them did live, they're gonna be hella pissed off.
Ooh, there's still somebody alive out there.
Look for blood trails. You may have survivors. Who might kill me? Those assholes are dead.
Hey, remember what Blake said. This is 100% accountability, all right? No one walks away from this alive.
Yeah, because although the Division really is a shooter-looter RPG, I really enjoyed the Division. Sorry, although the Division 2 is a shooter-looter RPG. So you seem to be spending a lot of time doing this, don't you? Going in and going, right, okay, let's put some different trousers on. These are better trousers than the ones I've got. Maybe the Division did better than Ghost Recon Wildlands, and they really think that that's the way to go in terms of looter shooters with RPG. But Ghost Recon really should be about tactical stuff. You know, it should be about positioning and sniping. And let's not forget, we went from a 4-man crew in Wildlands to basically single player.
Stormcloud 1-1, this is Weaver, come in, over. This is Weaver, come in, over.
Anything?
Ugats. Contact!
Here we are, here are the walls.
Check fire! Walker.
Shall we, Weaver?
So he's the main bad guy. Well, that we know of so far.
Walker. What the hell are you doing?
So these guys are level 150. So if we look at my kit, oh, that's the map, you'll see that I'm level 5. Yeah, so it would be a bad idea to try and take these guys on. Rather the way they're all just sort of sitting there. Standing there, sorry. Okay, so we've got various... Need my binoculars, don't I? Various detection clouds coming up.
This place is a shithole. And they never get through here. Well, whatever the hell they were testing out here, I hope it's not close.
Is there two of them?
First kill of the day. These guys ain't shit. I don't know what everyone's worried about.
You just better hope to God we kill them all.
Ah! I got... I heard they were using this area to test something. Something big.
sure. Those weren't tourists on those birds. Only types that sign up for this kind of mission are the kinds of people who fight to survive a shitstorm like that.
Right, so now we can equip that baby as our secondary main weapon. That makes sense. Let's see if we can get all these guys with a grenade. Oh, they saw where I was, damn.
Mayday. Mayday. This is Ghost Lead. Does anyone read?
5 Ghost Lead.
Who is this?
A friend. I got the radio from a ghost.
This ghost still breathing.
Ghost Lead, you can chase the White Rabbit.
Or run with the Red Queen. Give me a sit rep.
That can wait. Your man's getting medical treatment. Follow the trail behind the ancient ruins. Your destination is in the mountains between 2 waterfalls.
Understood. Ghost Lead out.
And so the adventure begins. Right, so now we've got a skill point. So we can now go into our skill tree. Oh, we can choose... first off we choose... What do we want to be? Assault, where we get a gas grenade. A field medic, where we get a med kit. A panther, where we get a cloaking spray. Or a sharpshooter, where we get a sensor launcher. That could be handy, couldn't it? Let's go with that one. Cool. And then I can't get any of these because I haven't got any skill points. Right, okay. Right, so we've got some baddies up here. We used to have... I haven't got monoculars yet, have I? What's that? Oh, we can pick up some ammo from over here. Actually, the running is better, isn't it? We've got another hat. Great. Lovely. It's always good to have hats. Oh, what's that eye thing? Is that somewhere where... Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, there's a syringe down there. Alright, syringes are full. Fair enough. Normal thing though, as you get skill points, you can expand your inventory, the number of syringes you can carry, the number of grenades, ammo, all that sort of stuff. I mean, I'm really looking at Ghost Recon Breakpoint as a solo experience. I mean, if your buddies get it, then I may well consider playing with people. But for me, it's really they've got the old problem that they used to have with Wildlands, but the NPCs just say the same things over and over again. Right? Should we see if we can get these guys with a grenade? Oh wait a minute, none of them really died. Ugh, I'm gonna die. So we need to hold that in, do that, and then heal. How do I apply my thing? Oop. How do I apply it? Oh, L1. Oh, you got to press and hold. Right, okay. Ooh. Ooh.
How you like that shit?
Dear me. That was terrible. So you press L1. Okay, so you choose what you want using that. Oh, well, we got some more pants, so we want to put on the better pants. And we've got a skill point as well. The menu is so laggy. So we can have 20% XP bonus. Deploy your parachute by pressing X. Night vision, pack mule, parachute first, baby. Right, I've got a parachute. Coolio. Felt very clunky moving around there. Right, let's see what the vehicles are like. L2 fire position. Oh no, what we want to do is back in the vehicle. We want to change seats. How do we change seats? Change seat circle. Let's get out. No, I didn't want to get in. I want to use the gun. Thank you. Right, here we go. Just like Wildlands, Breakpoint is a very, very pretty looking game. We've got some sort of chest here. What's down there? Some sort of tunnel. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? Computer. Ah, MP7. Seems to be very magnetic, where it wants to put you into cover. I'm going to do a video soon about experiencing video games and kind of changing your attitude when it comes to playing them. Changing from an attitude of one where you're you experience video games. Ooh, what's over there? Sorry, where you beat video games, or you try and solve them, to one where you're actually just try to experience them in a way that the developer or the creative director would have wanted you to experience them. You know, so kind of accepting the flaws, accepting the limitations, and not using them as an excuse not to be immersed in the game. So with Breakpoint, it's kind of accepting the fact that this is the situation we're in. Ooh, we're going to run these guys over. And it may seem a little bit odd that we're a soldier in the most powerful superpower in the world, yet we've been left by ourselves on this island and nobody's come to rescue us yet. You know, we're going to accept that. We're going to accept that we can spot enemies. And we're going to accept the fact that our enemies, the wolves, don't come after us when we're attacking their bases. They only come after us when one of their drones sees. We accept all that, and then we enjoy the game for what it is. And then we try and wring all the experiences we can out of the game. You know, we don't try and finish it as soon as we can. We look around, we explore the environments, and well, there's an armadillo. So there we go. So we've reached the cave where this is Arrow 1, I think it is. But let's have a look. Look how beautiful this. Oh, can we lock the camera? I think we can, can't we? Looks really good, doesn't it? So what we've got in here is, this is like one of the central hub points. Let's pick up some herbs. Where we meet the survivors. So these are the people who lived on the island before the drone manufacturers came along, and have gone into hiding since these nasty military people have come over and taken over. So what I'll do is I'll end this particular video here, and we'll be back later on with some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint open beta gameplay.
Stop right there! Who are you?
I was invited. Who the hell are you?
Another one. We can always turn around and go back down the mountain.
Things are a little tense, you know? Just watch how you handle that weapon. We don't allow shooting in Erewhon.
And what's Erewhon?
A cave, so we call it. Get in.